Hello, you magical souls, you magical beings. In today's video, we're going to cover the topic, what you focus on expands. This is such a deep and profound lesson that once you really embody this information, like when you get it, you will get it. When you feel it and you know this information, it will change your life. All right? Let's get into it. Where attention goes, energy is going to flow. And I want to get into the brain science behind this now. So, in our brains, there's another quote that human beings are not a machine, but we have access to one, our brains. Right here lies a little bundle of nerves called the Reticular Activating System. Now, what does this do? We have so much information coming at us at one time, like trillions and trillions and trillions of bits of data coming towards us at one time. Our reticular activating system is that filtration system in our brain. This is what filters what goes into our conscious mind, literally what we perceive. Okay? So the best example of this that I can give you is have you ever really wanted a car, or you're like, this is my dream car, and then the next day and the next week you start seeing them everywhere? Like literally you're like, everyone's getting my dream car. It's literally everywhere. This is because you have focused a part of your attention on that, and the reticular activating system is taking that in as important information. So whereas those cars would have been there before, you might not have perceived them. You might not have noticed them because that bits of information weren't coming in and weren't being filtered into your conscious mind. Okay? So we have so much information available to us, and our brains can only compute a minor amount of that. How does this filtration system get set? Okay, there are a number of ways. But the first and most important is your conditioning from when you were a child. Your beliefs get programmed in very, very, very early. From the age of 0 to 7, you're basically your brain's in like a state of theta. So in hypnosis, what this is the programming state. This is when you're like a sponge and you're absorbing all of the information in like water. Everything your parents tell you, you are going to take that in as truth, and that is going to set up your filtration system. So if you don't change this, if you don't change the way that you're filtering in information, it's going to be like you're going to hold the same beliefs as you were when you were 7 years old. And it's going to dictate a lot of your life. So an important thing that I really want you to take away from this is you can change your reticular activating system. You can change your inner filters. You can change your beliefs. You can change anything you want to change. Okay? Some of these deep-rooted and deep-seated beliefs about ourselves do require consistency and effort. And the subconscious mind is programmed through consistency and repetition. So it does take time, but it is very, very, very possible and very, very, very likely, if you are putting in the work, that you will change your entire reality just by changing your mind. We covered the brain science behind what you focus on expands. I'd like to dive a little bit more into the universal laws. So there are two major ones that come to mind when talking about focus and expansion. The first one is going to be the law of vibration. The law of vibration says that everything in the universe is made up of energy. Energy. So like this microphone, it might seem solid, but all those tiny little atoms are buzzing and vibrating, okay? Everything is made up of energy that vibrates at different speeds. Your thoughts have their own vibration. Your feelings have their own vibration. When the vibration within you matches that of something else, it can come into your life more easily. So I want you to kind of think of it as like a radio, like tuning to a radio station. Imagine your favorite song is playing. In order to hear it clearly, you have to tune into that station, okay? Your feelings are going to be like the radio station. If you're feeling happy and excited and joyful, like that's going to attract more of that because you're on that frequency. So that's what you're able to perceive. If you're feeling, grumpy, and there's nothing wrong with feeling any type of way. There is no good vibration or bad vibration. Everything is just vibration. Like, you're not better if you have a higher vibration. This is a very common misconception that I see a lot of the time. There's no good, there's no bad, there's no right, there's no wrong here. It just is. Okay. And once you start to realize that and really embody this, it's so much easier to be like, okay, I'm not where I want to be right now, but I can just change my radio station a little bit. And then I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. So if you're feeling like grumpy and down, you're tuning into that radio station as well. And I want to stress that it is so important to feel your feelings. Okay, feelings are like waves of energy moving through us. And we don't just want to be like, oh, you're bad, you're wrong, you're not, because that's going to cause it to be stuffed inside of us. And it's going to come out in ways that we really, 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 really don't want. So feel the feelings. And once you allow that to kind of ride that wave, like surf that wave, it's going to be so much easier to create the feelings that you really want. Okay. But you have to ride the wave. And universal law that I want to touch on that I'm sure you've heard of before is the law of attraction. So, what is the law of attraction? What does it even mean? The law of attraction states that like attracts like. What you focus on, ding, 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 reticular activating system, is going to be attracted into your life. Okay, so if you're really feeling that gratitude, you're focusing on everything you have to be grateful for, more stuff is going to pop up. Like, this is a cheat code, guys. This is literally the biggest cheat code you could ever have to life. Because you want to feel good, you want to have a good life. Do you want to have a life that you're so freaking in love with? Gratitude. Just feel it. Really start to focus on what is so good in your life, and more will come. So, like attracts like. And I heard this quote, and it's so potent and powerful. It's, you do not attract what you desire, you attract what you are. And this very much ties in with the law of vibration. So what you're vibrating at, what radio frequency you're resonating at, is going to pull in more of that things that are on that same resonant frequency. So if you want it in life, if you desire something, you have to become that. You have to reflect that. Okay. So let's give an example of the law of attraction. Imagine you're super excited and you really want to get a new bicycle. You think about it a lot. You're picturing yourself riding it, imagining the color, the way it feels, and you talk about it. You tell your friends, like, I really want this new bike. I want to go take my bike down to the path. And then you start to embody the feelings. You start to feel happy and excited and prepared. So what happens next? Well, look, there's a bike shop. You're on a walk, there's a bike shop, and they're having a massive sale. Or like someone decides to surprise you with a bike, or it just comes into reality. Because these are the laws of the universe. And I just got like massive chills. Because again, when you know this information and know it, not like intellectually, like embodying this information, it will change your freaking life. Here are the action steps that you can take to change your focus, but change your entire life. Like, if you do the work, and you can do anything. So the first one, I want you to have clarity. I want you to create clarity around your goals and around your visions. Without clarity, there's like so many beautiful, wonderful, fantastic things in the world. But if we don't have a focus and we don't have a straight line, we're kind of going to get lost in the sauce. And it's a delicious sauce, but clarity, 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 vision, vision, vision. Number 2 is this subconscious affirmations. So it takes repetition. It's going to take constant practice and constant repetition. And on that note, if you are seeking a guide or seeking deeper work and you really want to get into this deeper internal work, this is what I do for a living. I help people reprogram their subconscious minds. I do hypnotherapy. And so you can go to the link in my bio if you feel a resonance with me and you think that we could work well together. Number 3, I want you to visualize that desired outcome. So what works for me is creating like a day in the life and really focusing on that day, and that day is going to happen. And that's kind of the direction I'm taking up. So I visualize that every morning when I wake up, that day that hasn't happened yet, but I know that it will. So I want you to see and I want you to feel like it's already real. When I'm looking out of those glass windows in my home, I feel it's so real. So the 4th one and the most powerful one, gratitude. Oh man, there's so many ways to perceive a situation, but if you perceive anything through the lens of gratitude, that situation is going to just feel like cake. Like gratitude is a cheat code. This is a cheat code in life, is to feel this gratitude, because the more you feel that and the more you focus on that, the more it's going to expand and expand and expand, and the more you're going to have to be grateful for. And the last one that I'll leave you with is I want you to surround yourself with the right people, okay? And I know this is tricky because we're lovers and we have, all of our old friendships and our old connections, but if these people aren't growing with you, if they're not growing for themselves, then you become the 4 people you surround yourself with the most. I want you to look at those people. I want you to evaluate those people and say, is this what I want for myself? Is this what I want for my life? Or do I want to surround myself by people that are grateful, that are loving, that are doing the work themselves to make this world a better place and make themselves a better place? Because you will become that as well. So I'll leave you with this. You are infinite and you are limitless. You can create whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, okay? There might be some blocks in the way, and that's what we're here to dissolve. But just watching this video alone, I'm so proud of you. Thank you.